Today's video is going to be for you girls who just started using makeup. I'm going to show you some makeup basics that I think that every girl should have in their makeup bag. So I hope you enjoy. I'm going to start off with a few things, going from your base makeup to your eyes, to your lips, to your brows. That way you know exactly every product and kind of the different formulas and packaging that it comes in so that you know exactly what to use for your makeup. The first thing that you're going to need is a foundation or base makeup. So there's a number of things that you can use. You can use a BB cream, which is a tinted moisturizer, and a little bit of foundation coverage mixed in. You can use a powder foundation, a liquid foundation, and then in the liquid foundations they come in a few different formulas like whipped or something like that. And I'll show you my few favorites. I really like the Benefit Tinted Moisturizer for when I don't want a ton of coverage. This is great if you're first getting into makeup because you don't want a whole bunch of stuff on your face, especially if you have some gorgeous skin. When you're younger, you don't have to worry about as many things or as many blemishes or age spots or concerns on your face. So starting out with a BB cream when you're in the beginning is great. Then if you want a little bit more of a full coverage, you can go to using a setting powder on top of it, or even a liquid foundation, which is what I use. And my favorite is my Revlon Color Stay liquid foundation. Love this with using as a makeup sponge because it goes on really beautifully and naturally and is great if you're just getting into makeup. Go to foundation, my favorite. Then if you have any blemishes or spots on your face that you want to conceal, you can go in with your concealer, and I love these because if you want to use your BB cream but you have a few little spots, like I have a few little spots that I would love to cover up but I don't want that full coverage all over my face, I can go in with my concealer and use that to cover up those few little spots. And then also for your under eyes, if you have dark circles or if it's very veiny underneath, you can go in with your under eye corrector, and this is just going to help mask that so you don't have to worry about that showing through and hides any of those things that you don't feel like you want to have popping up on your face. And then to set your foundation, if you're going to use something that's more of a liquid or tends to move around on your face, like your BB cream, your liquid foundation, that type of stuff, you want to set it with a powder. There are loose powders and compact powders. If you have more of an oily type skin base, you want to use a loose powder because this is going to help soak some of that up and so that your face doesn't get as oily throughout your T-zone. And then you can also, for all skin types, use a pressed powder. The Stay Matte by Rimmel is my absolute favorite. It gives you a gorgeous even coverage. I use the transparent color, which is 001 that you can see right here. That way I don't have additional coverage going on my face. It's just going to set it so I don't have to worry about the dewy or any oiliness in my T-zone. Next, you're going to add a little bit of blush. This is going to bring some color into your cheeks, and then bronzer if you would like that as well. You can go with the compacts. Those are my favorite, the pressed blushes. There is also cream ones and different types of formulas, but the powders are my favorite because they're the easiest to use. You can just start by adding a little tiny bit and mixing it onto your face until you get the right amount. You don't have to worry about any cakiness or anything like that. And the NYX is my favorite brand, a great blush that you can find for a really great price at Ulta. And the mauve and then the terracotta are my two favorite. This is more of your kind of soft rosy pink, and this has more of a bronze look to it. Next, we're going to go into eyes, and before you do anything, you always want to use a primer because if you go to put on eyeshadow or something, your eyeshadow may end up creeping right into your crease, and then in a couple hours, your beautiful work that you have spent so much time on is going to just be sitting in the middle crease, and then there's no more eye color left on your eyes. So you want to go in with a eye primer, and there are different formulas for this. I find that if I'm going to buy a primer, I'm definitely going to try more of a high-end one, and that is my favorite Urban Decay Potion. Now you can also get lower-end ones, but I feel like for this you only have to use a tiny bit. A little goes a long ways, and it keeps my eyeshadow in place so I don't have to worry about losing all of that makeup that I have put on my face, on my eyes, and it just goes to waste. After eyeshadow primer, of course, comes eyeshadow. Now you have compact eyeshadows, you have cream eyeshadows, there's liquid eyeshadows, all kinds of roll-ons, all kinds of different things. So once you kind of figure out what you want to do, work from there. I always suggest using more of a palette type when you first start out. The reason why I love this is because Makeup Academy, which you can order online, and I will put the link down below for you, has this amazing little palette, and it's called the Undress Me 2 eyeshadow palette, and it has all of your nudes and naturals in it, which is great for when you're first starting out. Don't try to go to the blues and the purples and the greens and stuff, because then you're just going to get confused and put it on your face, and it's going to be very shocking. So this little palette, which you can get for a few dollars, has everything from your creamy vanilla colors into a few bronzies, and this is great because you can use this and create a number of looks from it because it has your lights to your darks. And I used this on my eyes today, the entire palette, well, not the entire palette, that would be crazy, but the colors from the palette. And I love the more mineralized or pressed powders because they're easy to blend. You can start with a little bit and work your way up to a darker look, which is a lot easier than trying to go in with creams and other things that you don't know how to use. So I highly recommend getting a natural nude palette in a pressed form. Then when you start to get a little bit more creative, you can go into eyeliners. Now there's 3 different formulas for eyeliners, and probably the easiest one to work with when you're beginning is going to be a pencil. This is going to be super easy. It's a lot lighter, other than trying to go into your liquids, which are a little bit scary if you don't have a steady hand. So I recommend getting a pencil first and trying that out. And then when you get a little bit more comfortable with that, you can go to other formulas. But I love the Ulta brand pencils because they're a few dollars and they're really well pigmented, and the lines on them are really nice. You can smudge them out to be a little bit softer. You can also go with a brown if you're not into going for the black at first. Then we're going to go into your eyelashes. First, you're going to need an eyelash curler. These are pretty basic. I like the Revlon one. Make sure you always have your little silicone strip inside of it, because if not, you could actually cut your eyelashes off, which is not good. So you're going to want to get one of these to curl your eyelashes if you don't have naturally curly eyelashes. And I picked this up just from a local drugstore, and it is the Revlon brand. Going into coating your lashes with mascara, I love drugstore as well as a few high ends. Figure out some type of formula that's going to work best for your eyes before you go and purchase your mascara. My favorite one is going to be by L'Oreal. It's the Voluminous mascara. You can get this in waterproof and just your regular, and it's great because it makes your lashes nice and gorgeous, and they stand up tall and they're really filled in, and you can find this at any of your local drugstores. So going on to brows. Brows can be kind of a scary thing. So before you start doing anything and freaking out about what you need to do with your brows, just sit back for a second and realize that there's a few different things that you can do for your brows. My favorite is going to be powders. There are also pencils, there are gels, different things, but when you first start, I would say to go with a powder because it's going to be a little bit softer and a lot easier to work with. My favorite is by the MUA, Makeup Academy, and this is the Pro Brow Kit, and it has a few different colors in there for you to choose from. Now, of course, I'm going to go with this one because, as you can see, it's going to match my hair the best. And I use an angled pencil for that and apply this and just shade in my eyebrows to give me that beautiful kind of filled in look so it's not sparse, and it really makes a difference and frames my face. To finish up your face, of course, we need to do our lips. So for that, I know lipstick can be a little bit darker. There's a lot of shades, a lot of different formulas. Once you find your favorite, you're gonna love it. I recommend starting with glosses, kind of like the NYX lip butters. I love these because they're more sheer. They're not going to be as opaque as a lipstick, as you can see here, which I've also swatched this in another video that I will link down below for you. It's going to be a lot more sheer with still some of that really pretty color. So if you're just starting out, trying glosses are great. You can go into lipsticks and different things, but I always say you're going to want to have a nude color. You're going to want to have kind of a few pinky colors, and then you're going to want to go in with a bright color. So just depending on what your skin tone is and how you feel comfortable with brighter lip colors or nude colors, always start with a gloss first, because that's just going to give you that little hint of color to decorate your lips. I hope this video helps with any new makeup users, and if you have any questions, please post below for me. Thanks guys, hope you enjoy.